Hello everyone, this is Reverend Dr. Rebecca Michael as usual with part 1 with the hat on here, and part 2 I take the hat off and say hello to you. But part 1 is, the reason for that is I'm reading the scriptures, and part 2 will be my words and my thoughts about the scriptures if I have any. But I'll say hello anyway. So Genesis 3. I'm reading the entire Bible, hopefully, in the next year or two, in chronological order, meaning real-time order. And so that will be the order you find it in the playlist if you go to play the playlist. So Genesis 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit trees of the garden. But the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, You shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said unto the woman, You shall not surely die. For God does know that in the day you eat thereof, that your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amidst the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called unto Adam, and said unto him, Where are you? And he said, I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten of the tree whereof I commanded you that you shall not eat? And the man said, The woman who you gave me to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the woman, What is it that you have done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because you have done this, you are cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. And your belly, upon your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. It shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply the sorrow, your sorrow, and your conception. In sorrow shall you bring forth children, and your desire shall be to your husband, and he shall rule over you. And unto Adam he said, Because you have hearkened unto the voice of your wife, and have eaten of the tree, of which I commanded you, saying, You shall not eat of it, cursed is the ground for your sake. In sorrow shall you eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to you, and you shall eat of the herb of the field. In the sweat of your face shall you eat bread, till you return unto the ground, for out of it were you taken. For dust you are, and unto dust shall you return. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam also and to his wife did the Lord God make coats of skin, and clothe them. And the Lord God said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also the tree of life, and eat, and live forever, therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. And so that's chapter 3. And so Reverend Dr. Rebecca Michael here, not sure that I introduced myself, but I'm going through the Bible, and I'm going to do it in real time events as it happened according to a awesome reading plan I found. I can't remember where I found it now. I think it was called ewordfortoday.com. I'll get back on that on future readings. But you know, Bible Gateway also has all sorts of Bible reading plans and things like that. But this was a really good one. 3 chapters a day, you can get through the Bible in a year. And so what are my thoughts on this chapter? Well, we see Jesus in Genesis 3 here. When it says that I will put in chapter 15, when I put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. Okay, her seed, he's talking to the devil, a judgment on the devil. Her seed is Jesus. Jesus is going to come. God the Son, as you see in Genesis 1, when he says, let's make man in after our likeness, in Genesis 1:26. And then we see here that Jesus is God the Son in 15. God the Son is going to come through, it's predicted here prophetically, he's going to become the seed of the woman that saves the sins of the world. So Jesus is going to be, later on we find in Bible studies here, the second Adam, the obedient son, the pattern son. Adam here is the disobedient son that brought death to many, and Jesus Christ is the obedient son that brought life to many. And so we're going to be reading about that more as we go along. I don't really want to be doing too much commentary, but once in a while, if I notice something important like that, I'll make a comment. But you know, the scriptures pretty well speak well enough for themselves, and I just prefer to just leave them without too much of my own commentary there, other than to say I'll let you know when it's my testimony, though, and when it's my own witness and my own interpretation. You know, we're all living epistles, so we're all living out a portion of the Bible, whether it be Antichrist or Christ. And so, you know, we'll find that out as we study this Bible together. And looking forward to that. And so I'm going to go over to start the New Testament now, because I'm starting a playlist for both the Old and New Testament, but I'm following the chronological order in real-time events. And so I think that would be a really interesting way to read the Bible. God bless you.